what do people do? The things that they do to keep themselves happy. They'll post pictures of them. They'll ask you to comment on them. They'll ask you to give them a thumbs up or a like. They'll ask you to encourage them. They seek your commendations and recommendations. If only you stepped outside your home and you walk down the street and you look either side of the road, you can get a glimpse of all the things that people think they ought to be doing to keep themselves happy. You see the restaurant over on the left hand side? What do they serve? Mongolian, Japanese, Chinese, Indian? Indeed, that's what people do to keep themselves happy. Look over on the other side. There's a cafe. They have espressos, cappuccinos, macchiatos. That's what people do to keep themselves happy. A little further down the street, what else do you see? There's a barber. He's got pictures of the creations that he can make on people's heads. Pictures on the window. You see a guy walking in with his hair disheveled, untidy, and he walks out, smart looking, very impressed with his own hair. Unfortunately, he has to walk in front of a mirror to see it, but because everyone else can see it, and because of the comments that he gets, he's very impressed by it. Then look over on the other side. What else do you see on the street? The things that people do to keep themselves happy. There's a pub. What do they sell there? They sell poison in bottles. What else do they sell there? They give you the opportunity to gamble. They have casinos. And behind those special corridors, which are only allowed to special members, VIP members, ungodly things happen. They can't be spoken about. They happen behind closed curtains, closed doors, in dimly lit rooms. Those things must not be spoken about. But it's what people do to keep themselves happy. As you walk along the road and you see people holding hands, walking their dogs, biting on a snack that they just bought from the deli, and as you keep walking down the road, just look at all the shops that are on either side of the road. You'll find all sorts of places. One will say, "We do weddings." The other will say, "Oh really? We do funerals." So the same man will one day cross the road left, and a few years later, on his behalf, someone will have to cross the road right. Then a little further down the road, you'll see a travel operator. They'll sell you holidays. They'll have a list of all the places you can go, the top hotspot destinations to visit. But little do people stop to wonder or to ask themselves the question, why do I need a holiday? But it's no surprise, because all day long you just kept walking down the road, stopping at every shop, because each of those had some need, or was able to fulfill one of your needs, one of your wants. And by the time you walk down to the holiday shop, to the travel operators, you're fatigued, you're tired, and you need some cheering up. On the other hand side, can you see the record bar? What do they do there? They sell you music. Walk up to the store and see what they've got. They'll have music from all parts of the world. What does that tell you? All around the world, people need music to be happy. And not just music. Now they have lots of different types of music. What does that tell you again? These are the questions that you need to be asking yourself, folks. Don't stop at what meets the eye. Go further, go deeper. Because you can. That is why you are human. The only gift that humans have is the gift of intelligence. The power to think. If we don't use that, are we any better than animals? That is the one thing that sets us apart from other animals. Is it not? Birds can fly, we can't. Fish can swim, we can't. Cheetahs can run super fast, we can't. Horses can gallop, we can't. So the only gift that we have is the gift of intelligence, the power to think. the power to see or look at more than what meets the eye. We mustn't stop at what meets the eye. That would be very foolish. That would be undermining the power of intelligence. You must not be like that. I ask you, every time you walk out, every time you go out, perhaps it's your commute to work, observe what's going on around you and you will learn a lot about yourself. Next time you walk into the supermarket, how many different aisles do they have? How many different types of bread do they have? How many different types of milk do they stock? How many different types of fruit and vegetables? How many different types of spaghetti do they have? How many different types of meats do they have? Why all this? How many different types of biscuit do they have? How many different types of tea do they have? Why all this? You must stop and question your very existence, because these are the questions that are worth asking. Stop and think. Why are we doing all these things that we are doing? What is the meaning of all these things? Why so much variety? Why so much difference? Why does everything have to be different? A 15, 20, 30-minute walk, stroll down the road, down the street, will give you a lot to think about. How many different types of vehicles do we have? How many different types of cars and bicycles and vans and lorries? Do you not see how people are trying to fulfill the unfulfillable? How people are trying to satisfy the unsatisfiable? How people are trying to complete the incompletable? That is why we have more things today than we used to. Look at all the ornaments you have at home. Look at all the variety you have at home. Look at all the things you have in your showcase, in your cabinet. Can you see how complex we have made things for ourselves? In every avenue, every walk of life, every little nook and corner, there's complexity. I'm not saying this is either right or wrong. I just want you to think about this. As I said, I'm not saying whether this is right or wrong. I just want you to think about the salient points that need you to give some thought. Can you see how we have made our lives so extremely complicated? All of this is because, folks, people are looking for the one thing, just they're going about it the wrong way. And the more you keep going, the more complicated it's going to get. Does anyone walk out of any of those boutiques, any of those shops, truly happy? Why does a man have to be made happy twice?